So, yes, today we're going to do more gacha. So, let me go ahead and put up my inventory. Oh, yes, and then also, let me put 11 aside because I want to use 11 today. I'm trying to, this should be cheaper, this system that I'm doing. Buying as much, I get one extra for free, so it's actually not that much cheaper, but, I'll take what I can get. I'm sure with other gachas, like the pet gacha, it will be, like, even more, like, lucrative. Go ahead and set everything up for stream. You can see everybody's messages. Today I have a lot more water with me, so I shouldn't have to get up if you guys want to hydrate. When I mean a lot more, I mean 16, 20, it'd be like 26. Almost 30 fluid ounces. Okay, so I did forget to actually buy some taming bait, but we should be able to get that in core. So I should be able to go to Raspa Volcano Hot Springs. And then there should be the Hello Plus. How are you? That emo looks fun. Hold on, let me look at it. Twitch. Because I can only see a little bit on my phone. What? Oh, it's a lurk emoji. Thank you so much for the lurk. Oh, it's in and out. Cool, cool, cool. Yes, thank you so much for stopping by and giving a lurk. I hope your day is fantastic. And I did hide my name. I believe this one is the quicker one up here. Thank you so much for the hydrate and the stretch. Hi, Sasha. Oh, aw. Thank you so much for the head pat. I appreciate it. So I got a hydrate right here. Thank you so much for the hydrate. Stretching. And then those already, the bonk, ping, and head pat already happened. It happens automatically. So right now I'm doing G21 and the quest is a glimpse of the future. So I have to get this taming bait because Pentcast wants me to get a lost cat. I don't even remember where to get the taming. I remember it's like the little, what is it, a weasel? I feel like it has a name very similar to Rory. Like, wait. Is it there? Right there, yeah. It's Ruai. Kushina is like my wolf mom. Oh, he's got a little creature. Otter. Is it an otter? I didn't know that. I probably only need 10, right? I don't know, I'm kind of arrogant. I think 10 will be fine. The otter. Right, so I'm gonna go try to go back to Pentcast now. Pentcast. Pontiff's Court. Otter be cute. Yeah, they are cute. They're adorable. I like otters, and they're adorable, and they hold each other's hand when they sleep. So now let's find a lost cat. They should be with, what's his face? Lazaro? Thank you so much for the stretch. And thank you so much for the hydrate. I did the stretch first, and then I'm going to go in with a hydrate. Thank you. And hello, Ronnie. Have a good lurk if you're still at work or wherever else you are. If not, thank you so much for stopping in. So much what? I got so much music to make, but lazy. Aw. I also don't know how to make music. So I don't really think I can relate too much. Oh, I like this. The donut. I love the donut. It doesn't even look like she's holding it. But I was thinking about trying to make an original song one day. Why am I talking to him? I don't need to talk to him, actually. I need to get a lost cat. There. So maybe within this year, I want to try to make an original song. Because I do a lot of covers. Can I ride this and then still have it follow me? Yes. This is very convenient. So what's your like music goal? Do you have a certain like limit that you're trying to make, like a certain amount of songs? Thank you. We're gonna try to make it work. I want it to be based on Mabby, but not really. So more on the Celtic side. I was thinking maybe like a song about Fethiata. Because there's already an existing song about Tir na Nog. And I thought that was so cool. Where is it? Where's the cat? There it is. I actually like the song called Tir na Nog. Oh wait, this is not the right way. Because that's the Pontus score, right? So I have to come over here. You're working on an album. How many songs is that? That's like usually like 12 or 13 songs, typically. Watch Sasha like bust out a huge number like 30. Pentcast's expression softens as he looks at a cat. You remembered. I didn't expect this. A small act of love. Pencast closes his eyes for a moment. When he opens them, his expression is warmer. I may have misjudged you. I hope you can forgive me. Limerick teaches us love. These days, not many people take in homeless animals. In fact, I see more and more people hurting them. Oh, even so, I don't have much to share with you. The church hasn't made an official statement, but there have been more and more strange people around. It depends. I've seen some that are only 5 and some that are upwards of 40. Goodness gracious. I'm only saying like 12 to 13 because I believe that's how long Melanie Martinez albums are. At least with what was it? Crybaby and K12 K12 because she's like one of the only artists that I will literally like love all of her albums. But not really. Like all of her songs in an album. I also liked 1X from 3 Days Grace. But Melanie Martinez, Crybaby, K through 12, spot on. My style entirely. But I'm not the biggest fan of Portals. I feel kind of sad about that. Oh, Rosendale also writes good music too. And unlike Pluto, but unlike Pluto, I liked his older work more than I liked the newer work. Strange is the only way to describe it. 3 of them were here, spouting off a nonsense religion, gathering people of all ages and backgrounds as they spewed their darkness. These evildoers are deceptively charming and very persuasive. At first, people shook their heads, calling them delusional, but their heretical beliefs are spreading like poison, and we have no choice but to take the threat seriously. Oh, well, I'm bad at music. What do you mean, like modern music? Because I'm also bad at modern music. I don't really listen to pop. I'll only really listen to like underground people. And I don't know, I feel like the bigger you get, the more poppy you are. You know what I mean? That's not always true. They claim that God will appear and that unlike all the other gods, their God will save the people. I suspect a bigger faction must be behind this, but the people participating in this drivel are all so different from each other. Anything I do reflects back on the church. I can't act without proof. Talk to the royal castle if you want to know more. Pencast waves you away, visibly tired. Go speak with Irwin. The lost cat ran away. Honestly, I'm probably just gonna try to teleport directly to the second floor, the Hanging Garden. It might just be Apocalypse. I'm bad at all music. I don't know what you mean. If you can compose anything, I think you're pretty good at music. But she's not actually in here, like I thought originally. Because remember, like back in the day, like in like very early Apocalypse G22, she was always in the Hanging Garden. Oh, she's just right out here. What is she holding? It looks like she's holding a dream catcher. Is she holding a wand? Erin doles out orders in a hurry. She seems to be in a rush. You two, you'll be moving with the royal guard and myself, and where are the alchemists? Ah, yes. If you need additional support, grab some patrol units. We have a lot of ground to cover, and haven't a moment to. Huh? Erwin widens her eyes as she notices you. By the gods, how have you been? You're not hurt or in trouble, are you? She narrows her eyes, scanning you up and down. Her violet eyes are quite serious. You look unwell. You had me worried not sending word for so long. How dare you make me fret? How are you doing? Wait, I know you. Hi, Kale. You're a VTuber too. Kale, like Kale. Like Kale and then the word I love that meme. And calorie. Calorie. How are you doing? Box. What box? Oh, did you follow? Let me check. Hold on. Because sometimes a box falls on my head when somebody follows me, which is the only thing I can think of why Sasha is saying box. Let me check. Hold on. Yes, thank you so much for the follow. Wow, more VTubers. Yeah, I have a lot of VTuber friends. Well, I'm working on it. Sasha's a VTuber too. Sasha V. In fact, I think everybody who's spoken in chat so far is in fact a VTuber. Is Plus a VTuber? I feel like Plus is. Or at least a PNG VTuber. PNG tuber. How am I doing? How am I doing? Can you see for yourself? I'm tremendously busy after all those weirdos appear. It's prophecy this and sign of gods that. Everyone will perish, blah blah blah. I consider it practically treason for these people to say such things when I'm here protecting them. I'm totally not. What you mean? Because you're not a flesh tuber, I know that. In fact, I believe you were either like a cat or a fox. Like I don't know why you're pretending. Kale is a angel, like angel demon hunter from heaven. I believe their bio says like I might be one of the best demon hunters out there, and they're playing games now. I'm totally not. Okay, my bad, my bad. And that's not all. Remember those things you helped with last time? The creatures with minerals protruding out of their bodies? We've gotten reports of more of them. As you'd expect, it's making people uneasy. I don't stream. Why are you trying to like gaslight me? Cause like I'm confused now. You definitely do. I'm so confused. You do, so try to gaslight me. Cause I'll believe you eventually. I was planning to inspect the city myself. It would be it it would come to people to see their queen unfazed by this nonsense. Your arrival is quite fortunate. Will you help out with the inspection? I assume that you've already been to the Pontiff's Court, correct? If something were to happen, we could use your help. And I think you'd want to see the truth for your own eyes, right? Yuan is as proud as ever, but you see her chin trembling. It might be wise to check on the mutated creatures. I'll help. Do not answer. As at your words, you see a small sigh pass through her lips. Very good. Prepare to move out. Could you come over here for a moment? She glances around to make sure no one is listening, then lowers her voice and whispers to you. After you saved me, I had a lot to think about. I realized I have a lot of growing up to do. I hope, in fact, that in time, I, Yumi, they remind me of Hi Hi Puffy on the Yumi show. I hope that in time you will grow to trust me. As I do, I want to become someone who deserves the trust of others. I always thought of you that way, as someone who would be relied upon, even when I or the others ask too much of you or act irresponsibly. You never turned your back on anyone, including me. I'm trying not to avoid a goal I made due to you. You must make that goal. I literally need to know. You never. Okay, yeah, yeah. Irwin looks down, silent for a while, then she smiles at you. I'm determined to make a great ruler, and I have you to thank for it. So, thank you for shaping who I am and who I will become. Irwin lifts her chin, her eyes shine with determination. Well, that then, shall we begin? Head southwest and patrol near Blago Prairie. If you see anything, report in. Don't be a hero. Bruh. Head to Blago Prairie. I can be there quick. Oops. I picked up a bag. I'm actually just gonna head to use the dungeon guide for Fefiata and then travel through. How are you? Are you reaching that goal? How many what was the goal again? Was it followers? Like I remember the end goal was ow, hello Peru. I remember the end goal was to see ow, Peru. I remember the end goal was to see your face and how you look like in general. But what was the goal? Was it like 50 followers? It's Peru. Wow. Hello. How are you? Other than waking up and choosing violence. I'm not actually sure. Wait. It didn't give me the prompt because I'm in Blago Prairie right now, but it's not telling me what quest I should be going on, and I don't see a Divine Night tab. So I think this is one of the ones that we just have to wait for. Ow! 250. Let me check where you are now. 110. Okay. Okay, I just got the quest. Let me just I was thinking about doing a mini giveaway with some of the things that I'm not too interested in with the gacha. So any like repeats, something like that. Just a mini one. Not too far from it. You're already 50% of the way. I'm good. I'm good. I'm glad you're doing well too, Peru. So it should be right here. Perilous getaway, yes. You know, I was thinking on Sunday because I'm starting to try to add Sunday to my streaming times, but on YouTube instead of Twitch to keep my Twitch more mabby. But I was thinking about maybe doing Kirby and the Crystal Shard because it's also a Nintendo 64 game. But I also want to do Paper Mario. I've been trying to do Paper Mario and it didn't work. So we'll see. We'll see. I had to switch randomly to Banjo Tooie. Although I liked it, I didn't really remember how like gruesome it could be. Like just in like the beginning cutscene. Look at this beautiful order, by the way. Like, are you guys seeing this orderness? My inventory is beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. This looks like the rem. This looks like the remains of Gigarashi. You should look around. Search the area. Enter mission. Good morning. All night long. Oh my goodness. I don't know what made me think I was not gonna fight him. Honestly, it'll be fine. Why are you just standing there, my guy? Hey! Okay, good. I thought he was gonna leave the area of my meteor strike. Llewellyn? Altam! Looks like we made it here just in time. Are you okay? Just in time for what? To see me win? And good morning, Mikey. Oh, you're European, right? So now is what time is it for you? I knew you I know you can do anything. I mean, obviously. But it's tough facing Apostle alone. How is your little errand for the Elder going? The list of tasks you're completing for us grows longer and longer. I must admit, I'm impressed by your initiative. You seem willing to do practically anything for anyone. Dang. The boy's voice trails off and he smiles at you. It even appears to be genuine. I could never handle it as gracefully as you two. Well, you seem to have gathered a few interesting stories. Anything that we should know? The captains are preoccupied right now. The prophets are still unconscious, and they're trying to figure out what to do with them when they wake up. They paired the rest of us up and sent us out to assess the situation in Tara. We heard you were headed for Blago Prairie. We came as quickly as we could. Avalon told us to assess what was happening out here while the other knights patrolled through Avalon. She told us to check on you, too. LOL, just nope. What do you mean? I don't know what. Sorry, I missed it. What that was in reference to, Sasha. With the prophets in custody, we felt we neutralized the danger. But here you are, fighting an apostle. I couldn't believe it. Alton frowns, looking deeply troubled. I don't understand. We have the prophets, yet these mutated creatures and fanatics keep showing up. It doesn't make sense. It appears that the influence of the prophets has reached further than we anticipated. Their beliefs are spreading too. We have them in custody, yet so much continues to happen. I wonder. We were mainly patrolling the graveyards when we heard that you were headed this way. That's why we rushed over. I'm glad we didn't miss you. Did you see the mutated creatures in Dunbarton? Creepy. And it's not just happening there. We're getting reports about the same thing happening all over. The prophets have obtained many followers. They must have been the ones responsible for all of this. It seems our enemy is stronger and more strategic than we expected. Don't worry about. Aw, thank you so much for the head pat. Don't worry about it. Hmm. Okay. The prophets have attained many. Okay, yeah. But the prophets we have in custody aren't smart enough to achieve something of this magnitude. No, there's some other stronger enemy pulling the strings. That's my hunch, at least. You may be right, but even so, with her on our side, we can take them all on. The prophets, their lackeys, anyone. Isn't that right? You always come out on top in a crisis. I believe in you. Sure, I got this. Autumn's eyes shine with pure admiration for you. Of course you do. No matter what happens, as long as I'm with you, I know we can get through it. Llewellyn gives you a sidelong glance. Are you sure about that? Time will tell. Huh? Did you say something, Llewellyn? Not a thing. Back to the matter at hand. So what do you say? Are you back in the band? An apostle has appeared without a prophet. This is something we should report. Will you go next? Um, I know you've already visited a lot of places, but have you had the chance to go to Iria? I think the elder would enjoy seeing that land. Excellent idea. The elder should see the elves and the giants. You already know the leaders of both of those races. You should be able to talk to them without any issues. Now that I think about it, I guess you really are special to be on the first name terms with so many of the world leaders. Anyway, take care of that charm. You're talking about the elder felt. I was confused. What do you mean charm? I thought he meant like my charisma, like my charm. Like I'm charming, but that doesn't make sense. He meant the elder felt. It was great chatting, but we've got to go now. Evelyn will be waiting for us to check in, and I'm worried about those prophets waking up. We'll send word if anything happens. With a sigh, Alton waves goodbye and follows Llewellyn. So, Iria. I can't believe they make us wait. Very charming. Thank you, thank you. I'm kind of feeling like I want a new outfit. Oh, but I don't have the style tab. I forgot about that. If I did switch my outfits, I probably don't even need to wear a Seraphik right now. What? Well, honestly, it's kind of cute. I kind of like it. I'll think about an outfit later off stream. Well, we're still waiting for this mission. So I guess we can come up with an outfit while we wait for that next quest to come in. So I'm more leaning towards something that I can use with emotion. Oh, should I use this? No, I'm not vibing with that. Oh, should we do gacha? Let's do some of the gacha. I'll do 3 right now. Homestead Ginkgo. Oh, that's nice. A Blaze training potion. That's a lot less nice. And potential the potent regular gem powder. You know what? I'll just take that to feed Azarel because he's always hungry, and it will kind of just stay in my inventory if I don't feed it to him. At this point, nothing does any levels for him. Before that stuff used to be really good. Where should I try to put the ginkgo tree? Should I put it in the spring corner? When do ginkgo? Well, we'll see what color it is and then try to determine where it would go. Oh, it's yellow? But it just looks like a mini regular tree. I'll have to zoom in on it later. Put it there for now. And let's see if the leaves look like ginkgo leaves. Okay, yeah, at least they do look like regular ginkgo leaves. My homestead is really ridiculous looking. I won't even lie. And then now let's try to see of an outfit. Let me put my staff away as well to see if there's something we can do with that. Oh, I was wondering what happened. But that means I need to get 9 from here. Divide 9. I opened 3. What was it 8? I'm not vibing with that, mainly because I don't like plaid. Halloween is kind of coming close. Or should I? I'll save it for October. September. Kind of cold. What about just like a hoodie? I go with another angelic look? I'm kind of feeling it. I'm kind of feeling this outfit. But then I would need to get shoes that match that. It's just like a light blue kind of outfit. Probably this. Either that or boots. So I have like my white pair of boots that pretty much go with everything. I'll do this. I'm not feeling the seraphic hair right now. So we'll just switch it to... I believe I still don't have the quest. Oh! Let me switch it to this hair. But then switch the color for the hair and eyes. We're gonna switch the yellow to like a gray. You have me at like gunpoint? Okay, quick outfit change. And we're still waiting for the quest. Do you know if does anyone know if the Royal Alchemist position is highly sought after? Do you know if people like literally try to get that? Maybe if I rebirth. No, but rebirth would make me like lose my party. Ooh, I don't want to lose my party. Change different channel. Yeah, we're still waiting. That is wild. Okay, so I guess while we wait for that, we can also see what else is going on in the event tab. Because I still didn't... Oh, okay, we got it, we got it. Oh, it's Merlin again. Hey, you've been so busy these days. Don't you miss me? We should hang out. Talk to Merlin at the Quilla base camp. Okay, fair. So that's just a continent warp away. There he is. Do you guys know Cool Cat? Because every time I say the words like, oh, there he is, I think about that meme from Cool Cats where it's like, that kid kicks sand in Cool Cat's face. That kid kicks sand in Cool Cat's face. Hey, over here. Did you miss me? What do you want? Look doubtful. Greet warmly. You give Merlin a friendly greeting and a hug. Ah, such warmth and passion. Your friendliness speaks well of you. It's a must-have for any hero. I knew you had it in you. Anyway, we should celebrate the fact that you got to see me again. I've got something to show you. Something you'll really special. You're going to love it. You ready? All right, watch closely. Merlin gives you a sly grin and steps closer. Slowly, carefully, he moves aside his shirt and reaches for... Don't look away now. This is the best part. How would you like to meet my little friend? Just as you're about to close your eyes, Merlin reaches into his clothes and whips out a bottle of alcohol. It looks expensive. Mr. Grand Blago, the finest of the finest. Huh? Were you expecting something else? You may be wondering how such a humble mage, such as myself, got a hold of such an expensive bottle of fine liquor. Oh! Gonna be lurking today. I hope the stream goes well. Thank you so much for lurking, Sir Alphonse. Merlin launches into his tale without waiting for your reply. A while ago, I was in Cobb, having a drink with a fine lady, when I noticed a pirate gambling with the townsfolk. He won every game, emptying gold pouch after gold pouch. I'd never seen so many gloomy faces in Cobb. But of course, the great Merlin realized that there was something fishy going on with his cards. Merlin puts his hand on his chin as if posing heroically. I approached him, suggesting a high stakes game. Everything we owned, one game. Winner takes all. And the result of that match was. Who am I kidding? I won! Of course! So I gave back everyone's stuff minus a small amount as punishment to teach them not to gamble so frivolously. And amongst the stuff that was this fine bottle of Grand Blanco. A treat this good has to be shared, of course. So I thought, who should I enjoy this with? The treasure hunter would probably try to sell it. And then I realized the perfect person for this great honor was. And thank you so much for the lurk, Peru. Have a good one. It's you. I chose you. I know, I know. You don't have to say a word. I know you're speechless with gratitude. Come on. We've been friends long enough that I can read your thoughts. And now it's time to enjoy this fine drink. Live it up. You don't have you don't have to do a thing. I've already set up camp just over there. See? Isn't it great? Join me when you've gotten over your shock. At least acknowledges me as above 18 because well above 21 in some areas. Look, you guys! It's like a little gingerbread castle. What is that item? Is that an item? Can I have one in my homestead? I love it. It's very pretty. And look, it's being held down by candy canes. I love it. It's pink and yellow. I'm a fan. Is this an item I can get? I want to ask someone. I'm going to take a screenshot of it. Drinking age is 19. Okay. So, at least he acknowledges me as an adult because I'm actually, according to the game, I am 11, right? I don't know why I'm looking here. I know I'm 11. 12. I'm 12. And then the person in Bangor actually refuses to sell me alcohol, which is kind of funny. Even though, like, I'm definitely above the age because of how many times I've rebirthed. I think I even have the old title. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the old. So I'm glad he realizes that I am an actual adult. The colors of Nebula. Hey, hey, hey! Ready to party? I've been waiting for this. You ready to break open this bottle with me? Enter mission. It feels weird that I need to. I definitely feel like something is gonna happen. Hey, sit down, sit down. Let's get started. You make yourself comfy across from Merlin. He seems to be in a really good mood. This is a life, isn't it? You know, I'm really glad I get to share this moment with you. Suddenly, Merlin's expression turns serious. His blue eyes glance towards you. Hey, let me ask you something. It's gonna sound a little weird, but do you ever get the sense that we're on the brink of something really, I don't know, really huge and grand? I feel like something big is going to happen soon. Something unimaginable. That'll change everything. The world as we know it will be different. He's hitting on you. No, he's not. He likes Scarlet. If anyone's hitting on me, it's Altum. Because my guy Altum is all up on us, like 100% of the time. And remember how happy he was when we got water thrown on us? And then he was like, I even. it was just the weirdest dialogue. And I did 100% save it all in like my own little server because it was just so funny. Like it was just so wild. And then Autumn's journal, I don't have it with me. I think it's in my bank. But in his journal, he's just like, she's awesome. And there's even pages where it's like Rebecca, 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 Rebecca. If Altum is a stalker, then I love stalkers because I'm in love with Altum. And I have the title, the one Altum longs for. And I was really nervous. I didn't know what title I would get. Yeah, the one Altum longs for. Because there was a bunch, and I only wanted either Penne or Altum. And then I didn't know, because when I was hitting the answers, everybody was getting pluses and minuses. Even Altum. Like, I didn't even say the Altum appropriate answers sometimes, and it would be Altum minus, like, a few. And I would be so scared. I was like, no, I don't want to get, like, a Caslin title. I mean, like, Caslin's fine, but, like, Caslin's not my guy. Same with Talvish. I was fine with Finny because Finny's title is like Finny's savior or something, and that's just lit. I love Finny, and then like the title like savior is cool. So I thought that was definitely a possible. Like I wouldn't mind that, and I was so nervous, but at the end I did get the one Alpha longs for. So thankfully that worked out well. Hello, Bua, and thank you so much for the lurk. Thanks for a clip, by the way. A clip? What clip? Did you clip? Let me check. But yes, I love Altum. I'm a huge Altum fan. Thank you for clipping. I'll have to check it later. Love no. Do not take that out of context. You took that out of context. I don't even need to know it. like okay, let me listen. Hold on. I'm curious. I'm just curious what that says. Watch it be like a 2 second clip that says I love stalkers. Like Rebecca, 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 Rebecca. If Altum is a stalker, then okay, that's fine. It's not out of context. It's good. And I have the title. The one Altum. Know what title I can get. Yeah, the one Altum. The bunch. Awesome. Like. Okay. Yes. I was worried you were gonna take it out of context, but it's good. It's a good clip. Still funny. Yes. Yes. I liked it. I did enjoy it. Thank you so much for clipping it. Mm, I know it's happening, even as we sit here, but I can't figure out what it is. I can barely make out its outline. I can't even figure it out. Do you know something about all this? You'd tell me if you did, right? After that whole thing with Aaron and all. I mean, can you blame me for being nervous? Tell him about the nights. Shrug nonchalantly. Ooh, no, I can't tell him because the night. Okay, so I know he's gonna find out anyway because we already did Apocalypse and he already knows all of the nights ahead of time, and he even kind of like not blackmails Adeline, but definitely he definitely says something. But the nights have to be secret. But he's just sitting here looking at me like, you know something, don't you? So I'm gonna just shrug nonchalantly because I can keep a secret. And really, the nights shouldn't be known to the people. So if he figures it out, he can figure it out on his own. Merlin looks at you expectantly, but you just shrug. I guess that means you're not aware of. Well, I mean, this will make my explanation a little more complicated. Where do I begin? I met a man a long time ago. I ended up staying with him for a long time and heard so many stories. Merlin sits up as he reminisces. He subconsciously rubs his earlobes as he talks. He was different, and the way we met was also strange. It seemed like it had to be fate, or maybe some kind of magic. It's not something that can be explained by logic. I was in trouble. Wow, I needed a sneeze. I was in trouble. Really big trouble. And he helped me get back. It's hard to explain, but without him, I wouldn't be here today. Who helped you? Merlin frowns for a moment. To be honest, I'm not really sure. He was from so long ago. All I can remember is that he had a really strange aura around him. He possessed this mysterious, inexplicable grace and power. I was still naive in magic back then, so I'm not really sure. But I felt like he was, well, like he was bigger than everything. Does that make sense? Anyway, I made him a promise. He said he would need my power to save the world someday in the future. When the world was in great peril, I agreed to help him. I didn't know what he was talking about. Of course, I still don't. But I keep my promises, which is why I've been recruiting skilled folks and sharing my vision with them. You remember the treasure hunter? He didn't care about anything except money when we first met. But I've slowly taught him the importance of protecting the things he cares about. Yep, that was me. You're welcome. Merlin drains his cup, then stares down at it absently. Anyway, I'm nervous. I feel like the time the man was talking about is almost at hand. Something big's gonna happen soon, too. And, well, the man isn't here to tell me what to do. I can't seem to reach him at all. And there are several groups at work behind the scenes, but I can't figure out who they are. Anyway, you ought to be careful too, just in case. Merlin fills his cup and drains it in one gulp. He refills it and hands it to you. His serious mood lifts and he grins. If you're ever in need, let me know, but for now, let's have a good time. Bottoms up, my friend. You have a grand old drink with Merlin. The two of you chat late into the night until you both fall asleep. Can you hear me? Ah, so you can hear me. So you can hear me. Morgan! Oh my goodness! I have something to tell you. Aaron is in grave peril, and Sikol. We cannot directly intervene. Sikol. Oh, so are they friends now? Because this is Divine Knights. This is G21. Sikol was supposed to be dead long ago. Like in 10. So I'm glad he's back. Because even when he appeared in Shakespeare, like that was kind of mainly a flashback. So I'm glad he's back here, at least in a vision, with Morrigan. But we are watching over you. You know, they were like my couple, like back in the day. I really loved Morrigan and Sakul together, and then Crystal and Tarlock, obviously. Um, I'm pretty sure those were like the only two pairings that I really saw back in the day. In the name of the goddess, as the king of the formers, we bless thee. Please do not give up on the world, no matter what happens. Become our light and our sword. Everything will be as Anchan Semeni wills it. Thank you so much for the head pat, Sasha. And hello, Mikey. Let me see what's sold in the auction house. Ooh, the metal boards. My head. Nah, just kidding. That was some good stuff we drank last night. I feel great right now. I had such a good night's sleep, too. How about you? Merlin stretches, then stares at the items you're carrying. Huh? What do you have there? Did you have those last night? Tell him about your dream. You fill him in on what happened. Huh, I see. The ghosts were silent when we got into that mess last time, but now they're talking to you in dreams. Ha, that means I was right. I knew it. I have to track down that old man as soon as I can, and fill Starlit and the others in too. Wow, he had a good sleep. Why are you suspicious of Merlin? Merlin did nothing wrong. In fact, I like him more. Like, and sometimes he can be he can be a little bit unsufferable. I'm not even gonna lie. He can suck sometimes. But Merlin is a pretty stand-up guy. A majority of the time. I just realized what he's wearing, and this is a really interesting outfit. It's like completely open for the most part. Alright, I gotta run. I have a feeling we'll meet up again soon. Stay safe until then. The colors of the nebula. Oh, pretty. I'm too lazy to run the story. Most people are. I won't even lie. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, back in the day, I skipped the entire Aberrant of the Goddess. Like, click, 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 click. Same with Iria. I also click, 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 click. I don't even think I did The Alchemist. I'm not even sure. I def I definitely didn't do Shakespeare at all, but I did Saga because back in the day there was a like a promotion that if you beat Saga, you got a special like Pegasus. So I was trying really hard to make it to that point. And then I remember being so upset that one of these titles was like a really dumb title. It was like a rock yet not a rock, and I haven't forgotten about it to this day. And I'm pretty sure they changed it. I don't think it's a rock yet not a rock anymore. It was like some other name. Yes, a stone. No, a stone yet not a stone. You guys, a stone yet not a stone. What is it? If if it's a stone yet not a stone, what is it? You still do a rock. Yeah, I have three of them. It's a rock yet not a rock. And I remember being a kid thinking like that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like why did they name it that? A stone yet not a stone. I wish I filled in this picture because I did complete it. It even says completed, but I want to see Piran in color. Like I can't figure out why they didn't put it in color. Coming to bother you? What do you mean? No, don't bother me, Mikey. Ooh, I finished one of the expeditions at my house. It's still my dream, and I know a lot of you aren't going to. You're gonna say it's impossible, but I still want to get a Kraken heart from the pet exploration board. I do this thing faithfully every day to get a unique prize like that, like the abyssal orb or the Kraken heart or some stuff like that. This looks exactly like my cat. Oh, hi, Mikey. You kind of gave me a jump scare. I won't even lie. I like your little spirit. Aloha, get her. Oh, you're on a yacht. I don't think I can sit unless you invite me to your party. That's fine. I got a chair too. I got plenty of chairs, in fact. Clicking all the wrong buttons. Selected. Let's see what chair I have. Am I feeling. I'm feeling a rose. Ta-da! I'm even taller up than you are. Hi, Power Bros. How are you? So right now we're waiting for the next Divine Night quest because for some reason they make us wait in Divine Night like a certain amount of time to get the next one. So we just finished Colors of the Nebula. So we're waiting on to get Small Barb. We're waiting to get Small Barb. After arriving in Area, she encounters Merlin, listens to a strange story, and has a bizarre experience. The black rose doesn't really match this outfit though. Mikey has joined the party. Expel from Homestead. I'm gonna sit at deck one. If Mikey lets me. I'm like literally in. What? How am I over there? Oh wait, I'm here now. So we're just waiting. Oh, and you can see Mikey's spirit right here in the corner by my tree. And then also on their shoulder. That's an interesting thing. Okay, so they're finished resting. Maybe we have to change channel. I don't know. Kind of ridiculous. All right. Yeah. Why is my channel over there when I wasn't even on the ship? Oops, wrong button. Also, probs have wiki while doing this. Nah. I've done all of the apocalypse and all of that without the wiki. I'm actually okay with without having the wiki. I kind of like the experience. It usually says on if you need to or not. Oh, the change channel. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. So the title, small, I mean, not the title, but the quest is right here. I heard that you're traversing Iria now. It's becoming a longer journey than I expected. Thank you for taking your time with this. Talk to Castenia in Philia. Oh, what is this? A goddess feather? A stone that Morgan gave you in the dream? It covers you in a wave of calmness. It cannot be repaired or traded, even if you use a trade unlock potion. Interesting. What is it? Is it like a artifact? Like right here? Yes. I don't know what that does though. So let's go ahead and go to Central Philia to visit Castenia. I still, whenever I think about the wiki, I think of how like incomplete it is, and it makes my blood boil because like I literally had to sit there and fill out the Piran wiki myself in Elf's quest. I will literally never do that quest because it requires that you go to like use one of those arrows and then enter into Longa Desert, and as we all know, Longa Desert is long. It's been a while. How are things going? Good question. One I'm not sure I know how to answer to. The elves were once so hopeful of the return of the prosperous times, but now the light is gone from their eyes. As I fear, those who are quick to blindly hope are also quick to be disappointed. I wish more of my people could be like you. I am loath to admit it, but I begin to grow weary. I feel the change in the world, but how quickly minds fall into shadow. But my worry is my own. I've shared too much. Castenia pauses, studying you. A star shines brightest in the darkest night. I fear that something ominous looms ahead. I do not know what it will ultimately bring, but be careful. Ksenia closes her eyes after finishing her words. She is not interested in talking anymore. You should give her some space. Yeah, I think people were feeling that were filling the wiki quit, so there's less people working on it. I see. Yeah, because there's no reward. There's no reward for it other than like maybe like bragging rights. Because like I'm like all up on the Piran wiki. Like I'll fill that in whenever I get information. Dr. Krung involved. So there's not really like much of a point to fill it out. I lurk now. Have fun. Thank you so much for stopping by and saying hello and for staying as long as you did. Thank you so much for the lurk as well. Where am I, Krung? You know, for most of my years playing Nabi, I was aligned with the elves. But at some point, I realized that giants could carry humans, and I was like, oh, time to be aligned with the giants. Becca. Becca. Yes, Mikey? Yes? Is the chief's house over here? Where is the chief's house? Oh, the city hall? You need to do barter. Yeah, no. I don't like barter actually. Because I lost gold doing it. Like I lost gold. Because I'm not about to like farm all of those materials. I have to buy them from the auction house. I'll teach you the secret. Are you gonna get me the items? It's been a while. It's not often that you visit Val's. What brings you here? How are things going? What are you asking? As always, I have strength and the power to rival the noob's mountain. No matter what strangeness overtakes the world, I can protect this place and my people. Kong stomps hard, staring at you intently. But you, watch yourself. Something dark lurks just beyond the horizon. I know you are strong, but even you must beware of what is to come. To not lose gold, you make it even every time. Without farming? The the Rujuvinogi activist. The Rujuvinogi activist? What does that even mean? Rujuvinogi? Nah. I just buy them from the auction house. Then you lose gold. You lose gold because the price of the materials in the auction house outweigh the benefit that you get the gold from barter. This will not be like this will not be like the wars of the past. I know you find trouble wherever you go, but this time, if you have friends like Weshvar, hold on to them closely. You feel the weight of Krung's stare. He has nothing else to say. Hold on. I need a cough. I'm gonna mute real quick. Do you now? You feel the weight of Krung's stare. He has nothing else to say. Inspect the great sword hilt. The mission is limited to one person. I'm sorry, Mikey. Sayonara. Happy Halloween. Ah, happy Halloween. Mikey. The emotes of rage. You feel a familiar sensation. The feeling that your body is not your own. It's a strange feeling. This is what the world is like. I understand. Thank you. My curiosity has been somewhat sated. Even in the distant future, the world is not so different from the world I live in now. Although Anton Semeni is not worshipped, but at least Limerick, the god of love, is respected. People trust each other and face hardships together. Furthermore, the elder pauses for a moment. I saw that you were a light of hope for many people. A future with you in it, we had thought. The elder pauses for a long moment, wait for him to continue. It is enough. That is what I needed to know. Thank you for taking the time to do this. I know you have questions for me, but we both need respite. Please do continue. Care of. The elder's voice grows more distant. The connection is lost. Madge. Talk to Autumn in vowels. Ooh, Autumn's here? We should take the time to read Autumn's journal together. Because he's just so goofy. He's so funny. There you are. I was worried that I missed you. I'm glad I found you in time. What is it? Well, I have a problem. The prophets are gone. What do you mean? The prophets are gone? How is it possible? I don't know the exact details either. I'm not sure exactly what happened. I just know that one minute they were unconscious, and the next minute they were gone, just like that, without a trace. It's crazy, right? So now everyone's on red alert. We're calling everyone back in. So I had to let you know. We should probably hurry back to Avalon Gate to track down the prophets as soon as we can. So hurry and finish whatever you're doing. I'll head back first. I'll be waiting for you at the gate. Altum rushes off, a bit overwhelmed. It sounds like you're needed at Avalon Gate. That's fine, because to enter Avalon Gate is really easy. You just go to Character, Special Unit, Enter Camp. But how are you doing today, Mikey? Are they standing right in the center? Yep, they are. This is not a good time for conversation. Then one is. This is not a good time for conversation. Come back later. They're staring at each other. Oh, they're staring at Blanid. You know the reason why she's called Lisa's Dorito is because Skull and Hope, tired from schoolwork, rip. But Skull and Hope has named his planet Lisa Sherwood. And if you know who Lisa Sherwood is, that's Hag from Dead by Daylight. And then Hag from Dead by Daylight draws triangles on the floor to symbolize traps. But what else is triangles? Doritos. So I named my planet Lisa's Dorito. Let me see if I need to change channel. You can't change channel from this location. I have evening classes, actually. So I'll change channels out here. Thank you so much for the head pat. I love head pat. And then I will go back to channel 1. Enter Avalon Gate. Let me try to talk to Altum again. I'm not sure what to do. I gotta stay calm. Okay, stay calm. Altum's not in a good state to talk right now. You enter your conversation with Altum. Avalon. Knights bustle around in a hurry. Ah, you made it. Avalon, should we brief her? As you no doubt heard from Altum, the prophets have disappeared. We have no idea how they escaped. It's true that we don't use the cells often, but we do routinely check them to ensure they're secure. Plus, we had guards stationed. We've searched the area, but the prophets are gone. Based on our investigation, we have reason to believe that they're headed back into Avalon. After all, they never finished their work there. All the other battle units have already gathered knights to begin tracking the prophets. Ah, there's Caswin. Perhaps he has an update. The idea of the traitor among the knights, I don't even want to think about it. We all pledged oaths in the name of Anton Semeni. The idea of breaking that is, I don't know, it's just horrible. Would someone really do that? You ended your conversation with Altum. I mean, you guys, we went through this already. Finny already was a traitor, you guys. Like, we didn't. I don't know why that's so hard for them to grasp when this literally just happened. What does Finny say about that? The other unit is sweeping the area, searching for prophets. I thought it would be a good idea to keep an eye on the gate, so Catherine and I came back here after giving our orders. We haven't found anything, but we're not going to stop searching. They can't escape us forever. We're all going to do whatever it takes to stop them from turning people into apostles. It's a little personal for me, I'll admit. Yeah, exactly. Even Finny understands. Finny understands that it's a personal thing. Because she became an apostle too, because she was the traitor last time. But in Finny's defense, she didn't want to betray. She really loved everybody here. It's just she had like that other like individual, like the black magic prophet, whatever, was affecting her. That's why she betrayed last time. But it's not the same. You ended your conversation with Finny. Caslin, despite his stoic expression, you know him well enough to sense that he's disturbed. Nothing, no trace of them. It's not the news I was hoping for. What happened to the others who accompanied you? Alvin and Elsa will continue the search. Oh! We should return once everyone is gathered, too. It doesn't add up. Very few people are familiar with the place that we were holding the prophets. Could someone have been helping them? Someone from within our ranks? Your suspicion is a logical one, but I don't wish to repeat my mistake. We can't afford to doubt each other right now. Yeah, because we had this whole drama last time. Oh. Yeah, because we had this whole drama like literally just one generation ago, in Generation 20. It's not been that long. We can't afford to doubt each other right now. You're right, Caslin. We can save the investigation for a later time. Right now, finding the prophets is our highest priority. But who would do something like that? I don't like thinking that someone we trust could do that to us. I mean, I love Altum, but now is not the time to like put blame on the people who betrayed before because Finny's right here. Like, it's I. Why are we assuming? Oh, Mikey and Peru are just like. But yes, as I was saying, like, I think it's wild to assume that they just betrayed of their own volition, like evil people, and not what happened to Finny, that she was like kind of, in a way, mind controlled. Well, now Peru's singing. I would love to sing too. But who wants something like okay? We should hurry. Is our Arthurian unit still not ready? We're waiting on Llewellyn. We can't move out until he gets here. There he is. Is he going to say that same line? Yeah. You arrived sooner than I expected, Llewellyn. Looks like I'm still the last one though. I was with some students touring the castle. It took a lot. It took a bit of a finesse to sneak away without arousing suspicion. I rushed over as soon as I could. Would you mind if I took a few minutes to return to my quarters and refresh myself, Evelyn? Llewellyn combs a hand through his hair. You smell something floral. I'm not even close to there. It must have been the perfume of some sort. Do you want to ask him about it? Why would I ask him about it? Grim Hydrate. Thank you so much for the hydrate. He is thus. Ask. Okay, I'll ask because I'm curious. Not because he's sus, I'm just curious. After hearing your question, Llewellyn glances at Evelyn, then answers. It's nothing really. It's just part of the job. Blending in with the crowd and all that. I didn't realize I put that much on. It's a rage amongst students these days. I can tell you more about it another time if you'd like. For now, I'd really like to return to my quarters. Evelyn, with your permission? Granted, but please be quick. The situation is urgent. Llewellyn nods and strides away. He must have been with the students touring Wrath Royal Castle. While Llewellyn is a member of the unit of the Alban Knights, he also works as a mentor for students. An endless stream of information flows through Tara because of his lineage. Llewellyn is able to gain access to information difficult for others to obtain. After a recent incident, he's been getting even more attention. My point is, you may see Llewellyn outside of our unit sometimes. Yes, the incident. What incident? That this really isn't the right time to. I can explain. The incident Evelyn referred to is Altum. It's Altum's face pales. This is clearly a difficult subject for him. Wait for him to explain. Tell him to forget it. Oh, but I want to listen. It's obviously difficult for him to talk about. The incident. Yeah, you see, I want to know, but I don't want to push out him. So I'm trying to think about what I would do if I was really in this situation. Honestly, I would wait for him to explain. I want him to explain. Alton takes a moment to choose his words before he starts talking. I'm not sure if you remember, but we've mentioned it in the past that our Furion unit, is one member short. It's because, do you remember how I mentioned before there was an accident because of me? Alton doesn't wait for your acknowledgement. The person who got hurt didn't get better. That person is bedridden now because of me. So in the end, well, we had to replace that spot in our unit, and it's all my fault. Llewellyn is the one who took over the open spot in many ways. Here he comes. You turn to see Llewellyn approaching, clad in full armor. Anyway, that's what happened. Is your unit ready to depart now? Absolutely. Except for one more thing. Could I talk to you privately for a minute? Um, Never mind. Sorry. It's fine. I just need to try harder. Probably. No, Altam. Push him. I did in the end because my nosy self. I'm so nosy. I need to know. Just like last time, I would like to request your help. I know we have a lot. I know we ask a lot of you, but what the prophets are trying to do threatens the entire world. You're the only one who can commune with the elder. If there's one thing we're sure of, it's that you are a significant person in all this. Not just for the part you play in Anton Semeni's will, but also to the knights personally. You are important to us. I'll leave it at that. If you decide to join us, please meet us in Avalon, and we'll catch up to the other units. Avalon, Altum, Llewellyn, let's go. And Rebecca? Avalon starts to say something, then shakes her head and turns to go. Let's move out. The others follow Avalon, Llewellyn with his usual calmness, and Altum with his usual worry. No. No, Altum should be confident. Piran is the worry ward. Okay, so I do have a Divine Knight's quest right here. Oh, never mind. Thank you so much for the hydrate. Thank you so much for the stretch. It is always nice to stretch. And I did the hydrate. Ultima was kind of like Piran. Is he? Is that why I like him so much? In general, I just like cute people. I think cute people are awesome. And both Piran and Ultim are very cute people. I'm gonna go nap. Have a nice night. Have a nice nap, Sasha. Have a good stream, dear. Thank you. You too. Have a nice nap. Let's go visit Dumbarton Bank, where Ultim's journal is. Yeah, in G 19 to 21. Yeah, 19 and 21. Because, like, I remember him being a lot more confident than he is now. Autumn's journal. Like, even in the generation where we got his journal, he was a lot more confident in general. And now I'll go anywhere where people will not see me. Like Belvast Trading Port. Nobody's over there. Never mind, there are people over here. But you know where people aren't? By the Yggdrasil tree. I need to check exactly when. 19. Oh, the whole Avalon Knights? You mean the whole Divine Knights? No, he wasn't nervous the whole time. Like in 19, he was pretty bold. In 20, too. In 19 and 20, he was pretty bold. 21, he's a little bit more of a worrywart. Trading port for barter? I don't like barter. Okay, hope. It's an act. Altum is a nervous country kid. Altum is a nervous country kid emulating his hero, you. Oh, that's actually kind of sweet to think about. True. I love Altum. Talk to Avalon and Avalon. He said that as well. That he's. He said what? That he's a country kid emulating his hero? Because, like, that feels, like, really specific. I really can't fly out here. And I tried to ride the unicorn to get the unicorn title, but it really wouldn't let me get it. Like, it kept knocking me off the horse, the unicorn, after a while. Right, of course. I'm happy to be his hero. Autumn is just so sweet. He basically says that you're like his inspiration and he wants to be like you. We also know that he was a country kid before becoming a divine knight. Really? When was that? Because I feel like I've been, you know what? Maybe I kind of neglected divine knights. I don't know. Because I'm not even gonna lie. Like when I was doing the generations, I really did skip through most of it. Except for when I met Altum. So wait, hold on. No, because I met Altum before. I'm trying to figure out what order I did this in. Because obviously, as you can tell, because I already did Apocalypse, I don't go in order. Let me talk to Altum. I'm fine now. Please don't worry about me. It's okay, really. By the way, are you gonna come with me? No pressure or anything. You ended your conversation with Altum. You spot Evelyn, Altum, and Llewellyn leaving the forest. Evelyn pauses, looking back towards you. Altum notices you at the same time. His whole face lights up. Ah, you made it! Evelyn, she's here. Evelyn gives you a small smile when you meet her eyes. She seems relieved. You probably forgot about doing that, Jen. Yeah, I probably did. I need to read back on it because I love Altum. He's so cute. Evelyn gives you a small smile when you meet her eyes. She seems relieved. Hold on, Captain. Do you see that? Llewellyn stares intensely at the area up ahead, suddenly. Ooh, a tree person. Mukuf. Yeah, I can't even pronounce that. But you know what? I don't really need to pronounce it because as soon as I put this on and these on, even though this is a pretty horrible outfit, I can probably just meteor strike it. What is that creature? We must we must fight through it to get to the prophet. Everyone, prepare for combat. Intermission. Moku! Woo! Are we Moku fans around here? Bro, he's too far. Bro, I missed! I missed! Hey, he's renewed by a giant worm and recovers energy. Honestly, I'm not too afraid of that. Ugh, he keeps healing. And these worms keep coming back. How is it happening? We won't get anywhere unless we take care of him. Take care of them first. Evelyn thinks for a moment. Let's change up our strategy. We'll utilize the worm's natural instinct against them. If there's one thing the creatures fear most, it's wildfire. We're going to gather materials to make those fires. Can you distract our enemies until we're ready? 100%. Once the fires are in place, lure the worms into them. Sounds like a plan, Evelyn. Do you think the same tactic will work on the giant monster thing? Let's just take care of the worms first. We'll figure out the rest afterwards. Get to work. We don't have much time. Must move quickly. We don't have much time. Yes, ma'am. On it. We'll get everything ready as quickly as we can. Hurry, search for the materials to make a fire. We must move quickly. We don't have much time. You didn't notice I'm exploding with wine. So we can't do anything. I think we'll just refresh its HP. Oh, small fact, Autumn is allergic to shrimp. It doesn't do much story-wise, but it's neat to know. Yeah, I remember thinking that, because I have an OC who is also allergic to shrimp. And I think he mentioned that at the camp, right? Like, when he was commander. Like, in Apocalypse, he mentioned that. And I remember thinking, oh, like, that's kind of funny, because one of my OCs is related to, oh, they have fire. But hit me with more of the facts. I love to know it. So we just have to lure these worms into the fire. Bro. The giant worm, terrified of the embers, disappears. I have to get one of their attentions. Come here. I feel like if I hit you, it will be a one-shot. Oh, thank you so much for the raid! Whoa! That's a lot. Let me give you a shout-out. Hold on. It's okay. What were you playing? Mocha Bean. Mocha Bean. Did I spell that right? Yeah. I kind of got hit, but it's okay. Bro, he's hitting me, but not the worms. Lurkba, have fun with Mabby. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. Gonna get dinner ready with my dad. Have a nice meal. And thank you so much for the raid as well. How do I get this guy away from his worms without hitting the worms? Because I feel like, yeah, that killed them. Maybe if I hit him with ice, then that way he leaves me alone. Come, worms. No, that didn't do anything. Did he? How do I? Oh, I can do the march thing. Enthralling performance. Do I have my? Can I please get one of their two? Okay. Yes. That worked! Don't hit me, okay, my guy? It's actually okay if he hits me. I just need the worm over here. Oh! One is about to run into it. The giant worm, afraid of the embers. Terrified of the embers. So now I have to move over here to... I got Evelyn, Llewellyn. Yes, the worm is coming. Come on, worm! Yes! Yes, the worms are gone. The monster won't be able to heal anymore. It's still strong, but we can take it down. Thankfully, it's not as strong as it was back before Avalon was sealed. Don't let your guard down. Watch out for its attacks as you fight. Yes, ma'am. On it. The worms appear to be staying away. I beat that quick! Oh, it's him. It's what's his face? Erg. I see. So is dead too. She joins Anton Semeni as well. Yes. Our numbers have definitely dwindled. Why did he say he? That's kind of weird. Yes, he. Our numbers have really dwindled. I love how they're surrounded by bears. I wonder if people on the outside are doing okay. I truly believe they are. The commander must almost be ready by now. For the sealing ritual. Indeed. It seems the gate has shut quite neatly. The place is so serene now. The past events feel like a dream. The only thing left is to perform the sealing ritual from inside. That is correct. And once all of us are gone, the Elder will complete the seal. And then these creatures will be sealed too. I'm sorry, friends. Also, did the commander say the sealing ritual will be performed at the altar? I hope he doesn't get too lonely. But once the seal is complete, he'll probably... I hoped that we would be able to stay and help him to the end. Hehe. There's nothing we can do about it. Everything is as Anton Semeni wills, for the knights and the world to walk a better path. Mabby. We were also playing Mabby on Mocha Bean's stream. Lovely. I've been a long time fan of Mabby. So currently I'm doing G21 for everybody who's new. Still haven't gotten the unicorn title, which I'm trying to get. Big Ultim fan, Piran fan. I already finished everything else but G21. And I probably won't finish G21 because of the scroll. It only remains active if you're doing C6 and C7, which is Divine Knights and Apocalypse. Let's talk to Autumn really quick. You're not hurt, are you? That monster was... I've never seen anything like it. Strange and ancient, and I don't know. And it seemed like you were spacing out for a while, so I was worried it might have done something to you. But you're okay, right? I'm so sorry I lost track of you. I was following Llewellyn, and I didn't realize you weren't behind me. You ended your conversation with Autumn. Llewellyn sprints ahead, citing something. You follow him and find a wounded knight. Your armor... Ugh. Are you from the Arthurian unit? His wounds seem severe. Listen to his story. Intermission. Do you hear these kids playing outside? Because they're kind of loud. Are you alright? Evelyn. It seems like he's really hurt badly. What happened? You're from Alter Unit, right? Why are you alone here? Where is your unit? Captain Evelyn. We were searching for the prophets when a giant monster appeared out of nowhere. I ended up hurting my leg. I couldn't move, so the others lured the monster to the far side of the beach. The captain of the Hurrian unit is there with the others too. You tilt your head. Is that rain that you hear? Look for the source of the sound. You hear it right? That's the sound of the monster. Which way did your unit lure the monster? They went that way. They can't have gone too far. Will you go support them? I hope they're safe. Of course. We'll head over there and assess the situation. If needed, we will lend them our aid. Thank you, and watch yourselves. The monster is a giant turtle. It shoots water like a cannon, so be careful when you approach. Noted. Everyone, let's head to the beach at once. Rush to the beach. They died. No, don't say that. That's tragic. I want them to live. He's almost dead. And I remember this guy. He bullied me. He bullied me hard. Oh, we cleared the mission! Yay! I'm glad they were able to do it because I remember when I did it, I definitely died. Like, it was bad. Blastoise, fight time. I'm glad we didn't have to fight Blastoise. The captains are amazing. They already won the fight. Wow. I'm relieved, of course. But why is this place full of so many monsters? Is it supposed to be like this? You ended your conversation with Alton. Hi, Mikey. Fancy seeing you here. And your cat. It's adorable. Hubie. I would kiss it if I could. Very cute. Offering unit, you're here. We were just wrapping up. What was that massive creature you were fighting? It looked like a turtle, but that size. It's unlike anything we fought. We struggled at first because its attack patterns were so unusual. We were scouting the beach before Hirian unit arrived. Thank you. Oh, lurk mode ended. Nice. Welcome back. I met a member of your unit on the way here. He filled me in. That makes things easier then. Caslin, his unit arrived at just the right time. Together we were able to defeat the turtle. For facing an unknown enemy, it appears you made it back relatively unscathed. Yes, that's true. I wonder if the turtle used to be a guardian as well. Anyway, Avalon Caslin saw something unusual. How goes it? It's going wonderful. But I'm growing increasingly concerned at the children screaming outside my house. So I'm going to close the window. I'll be right back. Yes, children do scream. But I'm still not used to it. And the dogs are like endlessly barking. I don't have dogs, okay? Those aren't my dogs, if you hear them. This may sound ridiculous, but I think I saw ghosts. Llewellyn, who had been idly skimming his spellbook, looks up. Ghosts? Here? At the shore of Avalon? He's talking about the Erg guy, right? Llewellyn seems to have an idea. He leafs through the pages of his spellbook. You ask him to share what he knows, but he doesn't answer. Llewellyn is deep in thought, mulling over Finny's words about a ghost. You wait for Finny to continue her story. Intermission. Not the herb guy. No. Erg. Erg. It's a mechanic. Hi, Lil Dill. And Erg is a mechanic in what's it in Mabby. Oh, how did I forget the name of the game all of a sudden? But yeah, Erg is a mechanic in Mabby that allows you to increase the skill of it makes your weapon stronger. Long story short. And the person who does it is essentially like a spirit or a ghost. Ambush. The mission details. Ambush. Okay. Let me just talk to Alta. We need to hurry. Hurry what? Thank you so much for the hydrates. This is weird. Do they want me to go to the Erg place? I didn't think those were going through. Didn't see them on my end. Okay, good. This is, in general, a weird quest. Let me get on a faster pet. I think my Corgi might be faster than the shopping cart, but at least the shopping cart does have a speed boost. Where do they want me to hurry? Maybe it was back at the shore they wanted me to... Am I talking... I'm supposed to be talking to Penny, right? Finny? Don't worry, she bullies the streamer with hydrate requests. I show my love via hydration. And beans and wigs. Let me try to talk to Finny real quick. I don't know why I just started exploring. Something doesn't feel right. Oh, so that was the right choice to just like explore? I try to remind you every 15 minutes when I'm present. That's nice. I appreciate any forms of contact. Or just staying by and lurking. That means a lot too. My coworkers are still on about like what happened yesterday because something made news where I am, and they're still talking about it. Yesterday, it happened yesterday. I don't actually remember where Erg happens. Is it up the hill? It is absolutely not. I don't know why I'm going up here, but it's not up there. Not city ruins. Is it over here? No, it's here. It's here, right? Is in this like circle area? No, it is not. I'm confused. Because he has his own like spot. Where the kids dance? Oh, it is there. Then it's a mission somewhere around here, because like that's all I can really like think about. But the ambush doesn't give me like any details. It just says ambush. Ambush. Maybe if I go demi, something will happen. It's everywhere. I'm just kidding, by the way. The rain stopped. I'm gonna keep investigating this area because talking about ghosts, like Erg is the only thing that has a ghost nearby. I have no idea about this game. I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing because the mission is called ambush. Everybody by the beach is saying like, "Oh, something doesn't feel right about here." Demi allows me to see certain things. Let me just talk to everyone. We have no time to waste. We must stay on guard. Oh, I'm supposed to ask Catherine? What a weird. Catherine asked Finny what she saw that bothered her so much. Well, it was just for a second, but I swear it's true. It may sound weird, but my family appeared just beyond the coral. I almost went to them without thinking, but the sudden battle brought me back to reality. I swear I really saw them. The broken light, the white sand, the coral, a boat, and the illusions of the dead. They say that the priests who first came to Avalon did so because they had the vision of Anton Semeni. They walked the shore for days and nights. Until they arrived here, a land no one has ever seen before, a promised land, unblemished. But their journey had been a long one, a costly one. Llewellyn inspects the sand, then picks up a fragment from a sculpture. The first thing the priests did when they got here was hold a memorial service for those who did not make it to the end of their journey. They wanted those who had departed to rest in peace. The day they arrived was Samhain. Before they could perform their purification ritual, they performed a ritual that called forth the spirits of the departed. Llewellyn's voice lowers, and his gaze grows distant. 'Twas a miracle, for on that day, the first to have departed, the second daughter of the blacksmith, the prudent leader. She walked towards from a distant land, bringing with her the others. She looked upon us, she mourned, for she could not have been with us. She blessed the end of our journey. 'Twas a moment of pure joy. I guess the position was really bad. Maybe the next stream won't end in disconnect now. Yes! I just remembered the quest. You talk to Catherine, then go to the city ruins within 85 seconds. Whoa. I just rotated my PC and it increased its download speed by 250% and increased the upload rate by 2. What? What? You're joking, right? Like, what? I guess this position was really bad. Maybe the next stream won't. Yeah. Hopefully it's better. Not joking. Then the light gleamed and our friends disappeared. The world was quiet, but our hearts rejoiced, knowing that they had taken residence at the side of God. The boy pauses and shrugs. Encountering the dead. Normally I wouldn't believe something like that, but we should be careful. Something feels off here. The departed. We need to stay on the guard. I'm not even sure if it was real or just an illusion. Maybe what I saw was perhaps Finny. I still don't. They're here. I sense them. The prophets. The prophets? What are they doing here? And where did those monstrosities come from? My unit is not ready for combat yet. Avalon, head on without us. We'll stop them if they get past you. My unit will take care of these creatures. Our Fury unit track down the prophets. We'll catch up as quickly as we can. Very well. We'll head on first. Let's go. Rebecca, Altum, Llewellyn, I sense them over here by the ruins. Okay. I can make it faster than they can. That's a huge... We don't need a minute. Unless they expect us to, like, run. Oh. Okay, so now we gotta wait again. So while we wait, we can open a little bit more of the gacha. Let's do... Oh, it's almost time for the end of stream. So I'll do like 5. Private uniform, academy riding uniform. Okay, that's fine. Dark Lord Maleficent. That sounds fancy. Very fancy. So I'll pull that out. I'll pull this out just in case, too. Prestigious academy gloves. Nice. Fine gem powder. Synthesis training potion. We'll save the other ones for later. Let me see what this is, though. Oh, shoot, I forgot I don't have the style tab. The halo. Unicorn. This is pretty. I like it. Except for the horns. I'm not digging the horn. But I like this part with, like, the 4 wings. And the star. Yeah, that's pretty. Hey, little mama, let me whisper in your ear. Rar. Hello, Jester. Jester. This outfit. This outfit's pretty mid. I won't even lie. I think it's less than mid, actually. Mid is being too nice. These gloves. How are you, by the way? The gloves. Okay, so we got the next quest. The gloves are cute. Oh, it's the gloves that have the same mark as the halo. So these gloves go with the halo. Dark Lord Maleficent. Prestigious Academy gloves. Let me see how much these are in the auction house. Because overall, I'm actually not too like satisfied with that, and it's okay. Okay. And actually, my battery on my phone is dying, so I'm gonna just open the rest of the gacha and then save the rest of G. Oh, this is adorable! Oh, I love it! This is cute! National riding gloves thing. I mean, the riding boots. And the Homestead Ginkgo. I have that. Super cute. Right? I liked it. I actually like this one. This one is pretty good. Let me see if I can walk with it. Oh, it just has it, like, she's still holding it. But it's holding a bone, which is what I wanted to see. What it's holding. But it's very cute. I like it. What if I sit down? What if I hit something with it? Let me find something to hit with it. There's something aggressive over here. A yak. I wonder what the... Why is this... Oh, it's an ancient. Yeah. Oh, it, like, has, like, a feather effect. Don't mind me. Very cute. I did like this. It reminds me of a pillow. Very cute. And then with that said, getting Overlord flashbacks. Oh, from like StarCraft? Love stalkers. I still remember that clip. I still have it open on another tab. I'll probably post it somewhere. Dang, Mikey. Was that Mikey who destroyed it? Yeah, Mikey. Mikey chose violence. Alright. And now I'm gonna go ahead and find someone to raid to. Let me see. Let me see. Let me look. There's only Iratos and Foxshine. But I just raided to Foxshine yesterday. I tried to raid to Iratos, but it didn't work. Let me see. Iratos. Yeah, Target channel has disabled raid. So let me see if another one of my friends is online. If not, Foxshine is also a wonderful person. Yes, I believe Foxshine is the only other English speaker. Oh, Yuiko's on, but I don't actually know who Yuiko is. Like, I know, like, who they are, but I don't know their personality on stream. So I would rather raid to Foxshine, just because I know who they are. Like, personally. Unless you guys want to raid Yuiko and see. I do try to raid people who are playing map. Shaking yak feet. Oh my goodness, let me turn my screen so I don't have to see that. I do try to be, I do try to raid people playing Mabby just because I don't want to give whiplash to my audience. So I'll be raiding Foxshine. I hope you all enjoyed the stream. I enjoyed having you all here and talking. Scam? What do you mean scam? Oh, the gacha. Yeah, the gacha is always a bit of a scam, I won't lie. But I had fun hanging out with you guys. I hope you all enjoyed it too. And I will see you next time. Have a wonderful night or morning. Bye bye.